What's shaking, Chew Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 18 Ultimate Team video. Today we're talking Positional Heroes. They were dropped, and we're going to rank them from worst to best. And definitely let me know down below who you think are the worst or the best in the comments down below. There's 2 that I'm going to leave off. There was 12 that were dropped offense, and 2 that I'm going to leave off, not because they're the worst. I could rank them from 12 to 1, but I think they're just actually super hard to rank based on how you play, and just really, I mean, the first one is a kicker. So a lot of people, if I say he's number 1, like, I feel like that's just lazy, and I'm just saying, like he's the best kicker in the game, of course. And yes, you could make the case he's the best for sure. 98 kick power. The guy can kick it from 80 yards out. Maybe not, but he can kick it from a very, very far away. I don't even know what 98 kick power is. That 63, 64? I don't know how, 65? I don't know how far you can kick with 98 kick power. But obviously, super, super good. But I think a kicker is just super, it's just hard to rank. So he's there. I think you could make the case he's the best. And if you're doing that 94 overall solos, you might just get him. I know he's only 93 kick power, but that's going to do you just fine if you're doing the solos. Maybe get Legatron. I think a lot of people are going to do that. And the other one is Kyle Juszczyk. Again, you can make the case that this is one of the best. I actually would make the case for that, but because of his chemistry, go deep toughness, 86 speed, you kim him 87. You got John Madden, you're at 88 speed. John Madden gets him to 91 route running. His catching stats are actually phenomenal. His traits are good. He makes sideline catches for a fullback. Okay, I'm trying to make... I don't know why I'm talking so much about Kyle Juszczyk, but it actually is a really, really good card. But many of you guys, I mean, you're in Gun Bunch, or you're in maybe Deuce Close, or you're in something, Gun Bunch tight end, whatever it may be, where the fullback is actually not even on the field. So it's hard to make the case for a card that may not even be on the field for you. But obviously, I'm still making the case for it. It's a very, very good card, and you can make the case for number 1. But how many times did I say case there? I have no idea. I'm going to leave him off just because of that. He's a fullback, but he's very good. But let's go ahead and get into it. Top 10 from worst to best of the Positional Heroes offense. Coming in at number 10. Number 10, Drew Brees. And I know people are already going to be upset. He's a huge fan favorite. I love Drew Brees. I was hoping he would get a card, and even though I knew exactly what would happen with this card, I knew he would be the worst. I still really wanted the card because he deserves it. It's Drew Brees, the most accurate quarterback we've ever seen. Yes, but in Madden 18, there's these things called thresholds, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but I kind of do. The fact that every quarterback that reaches certain, numbers, they make every throw, and unless EA changes those thresholds, this card right here is the same as the card on the right, except the card on the right has better speed, or Michael Vick even has way more speed and reaches the threshold. So yes, Drew Brees won't miss a throw for you, but there's so many other quarterbacks that will also not miss throws for you. If you want Conductor, Warren Moon is a fraction of the price. If you want, Gunslinger, obviously you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Michael Vick. That will not miss throws either. So yes, I love Drew Brees. I love the card art. Those all look amazing. It looks fantastic. But that's the issue with him. If you do kim him out, go deep is probably what you want, of course. That gets your throw power up to 99. Which definitely makes a difference. You want that 99 throw power. 100% agree. Warren Moon gets 98. Probably pretty similar, but 99 throw power. Again, though, the issue is move the sticks. Though you can get your throw accuracy up to 99. You can get the throw accuracy short to 99. Throw accuracy mid to 99. You can get all these to 99, which is fantastic, but he's still going to make all the throws. And move the sticks is his ×2, not go deep. And go deep is what you want to kim out, not move the sticks. Now, unless you might for your wide receivers, but for this specific card, go deep is what you're looking for because that's actually what's going to make the card play better. And it's only ×1, so that's a knock as well. There's so many things you could talk about this card, and I've talked about it way more than I probably should. And I probably won't talk about any other card as much as I did this card, but it's just, the only thing I think they could change, though, because the way the game is, I wish go deep was ×2, move the sticks ×1. But honestly, Drew Brees is not a, throwing the ball way downfield sort of quarterback. So it all makes sense. The card makes sense. It's crafted. It looks great. But because the game plays the way it is with thresholds, sorry, number 10. Coming in at number 9. Number 9, Larry Fitzgerald. Now, the card is good. I guess I should compare him. The card is very, very good. It's good. It's a good card. It's 92 speed, but Fitzgerald's not a burner. You can kim him with the toughness to get him to 93. So if you power him up, you can get it to 94. If you have John Madden, you can get him up to 95. Wow, that's a lot of work. So, I mean, you could get him to that point, but still, I mean, 95 is okay. But still, 92 speed, obviously, is going to be a knock on Fitz. He's 6'3", he's a big body. I think he's 6'3". Yeah, 6'3", a big body, good, fantastic receiver. Much deserving, honestly. He's in this stage in his career, so good. Playmaker, awesome. Almost every receiver has that these days, but awesome he has playmaker. If you kim him out, you can get his route running to 99, catching traffic to 99, his catching to 99. I don't know how much that really matters. His spec catch, 96, super good. All this stuff is good, but his route running, I don't understand how we can't touch his route running. Oh, wait, no, I already said he's at 99, yeah, with move to 6. So you can get his route running up to 99. Good card. A lot of other cards, though, reach 99 route running. A lot of other cards can do. The catching traffic is great, but in Madden 18, the way the game plays is possession catch. So even with great stats, maybe he catches those, but sometimes you drop possession catches, but very rarely. Almost every receiver falls down the ground, makes that possession catch. You always do that anyway because catching traffic, a lot of times you drop it. Aggressive catch it doesn't work. So you can't just go up and try to do it. This isn't Madden 16 when Larry Fitzgerald was so good. It's not that type of game. And Mike Evans, those guys, Vincent Jackson, so good. This isn't Madden 16. His type of card just doesn't translate well to Madden 18. And his run block is even at, I think it's at 79. So I thought it would actually be not that 79 is bad, but I thought it actually might be mid-80s and would make it a little bit just more, versatile, I guess. It could, not that he's still very good run blocker, but I was hoping it would be a little bit higher. A good wide receiver is solid, and I haven't used Larry Fitzgerald, so it's just based on, lack of speed, the way the game plays. I just think that he's just not gonna translate as well to this year, which is kind of obvious, as he has in previous years. So that's why he is number 9. Coming in at number 8, Brandon Sheriff. Now I will say, I feel like all these once we get to top 8, I think they're all very good. I think they're very difficult to rank. I think number 1, number 2, maybe they're kind of obvious, but I feel like number 8 you could probably say he's even a top 3 or 4 guy. I could understand that. It definitely depends on what kind of scheme you're running and chemistries and all that stuff. But the knock on this card, I think for any offensive lineman that has move the sticks, immediately I hate it. Granted, if you're using move the sticks with the rest of your team, you're like, oh no, I like the move the sticks because it helps my other, but it doesn't help this card at all. So this card standalone, I feel like won't fit a lot of people's kims. That move the sticks, you only get toughness times 1. If it was toughness times 2 with move the sticks times 1, I would actually like this card a lot. Not a lot more, but that would definitely, I think, be a little bit better. The one thing that's really cool about this card is he does have 78 speed, which if he's a pulling and he has that Elkim, if you're pulling him 78 speed, that's crazy. Will Shields, who is really a better right guard in pretty much everything, he's a better right guard, but he's also, I think, at 60 speed. So if you're pulling using that Elkim effectively, this guy might be the best to do that, best pulling guard, right guard at least in the game. So he's very good there. So depending on how you run them, he might say he's absolutely fantastic because of that speed, which is important for sure with when you're pulling. It's a solid card, of course. You look at it, you're like, how is this? Well, strength, we don't think really matters, so that toughness helping strength, getting to 99 really doesn't matter. Impact's already at 98, so that's not going to be at 99, and you're not touching anything else. So his pass block's still going to be at 95, run block's still 96, which is still good, but when you look at other cards that are going to be at 99, 99s, 99, 98s, and stuff like that, this Marshall Yonder, if I powered him up, would have Secure Protector. Definitely, I would say, would be better. Not powered up, I don't know, because you don't have Secure Protector. If you're looking for Secure Pass Protector, there's Brandon Brooks. There's a few others as well. Brandon Brooks is the first one that came to mind. So depends on what you're looking for, of course, but with the chemistry, it just kind of hurts a little bit. Yonder also has Go Deep and Toughness, which is really, really good. Pound the Rock, Go Deep, Toughness. You just don't want to see move the sticks on your offensive lineman, and that's what we see. So that gives him number 8. Not much else to say. Sorry, Brandon Sheriff. Hey, number 8. Coming in at number 7. Number 7, Kareem Hunt. Now, I will say, love the card. I think it looks cool. Of course, these card arts, like I said, are fantastic. They are very good. Kareem Hunt, number 7. 95 speed, solid. I mean, it's not, top tier at this stage, but still very good. Really, I mean, he's got the trucking. You can get his trucking up to 94. I don't know what the threshold is, if there is a threshold. I'm not really sure. This is when it gets tricky because quarterbacks is so obvious, like exactly how it works. Zone coverage, we know it's 91. But with running backs, it's kind of a feeling when you start playing with the card. You know how it feels. Like this Kamara card absolutely breaks a ton of tackles for me. He just bounces off of people, and I don't even understand why. He just shrugs them off. So even when I run conservative, I love the way the card plays. So the Kareem Hunt might be the same way. He might play extremely well, but he's a running back, and the running backs are so diluted. Like there's like so many options, and you could make the case that Bo Jackson is still better than this Kareem Hunt, which is absolutely ridiculous given that card came out so long ago and is a 95 overall. I don't know how that's a 95 and, the other card. It just, the rating system is it's messed up. But anyways, move the sticks, pound the rock. Okay, pound the rock, you can get that trucking up a little bit. Move the sticks, I don't think it really matters too much. He's already at all the elusive sort of spin move, juke move, thresholds and all that. So I don't know if that matters too much. But yeah, the knock on this card is he's not an elite route runner. Like Juszczyk is a better route runner, better at catching the ball, which Juszczyk's fantastic. So but he's got energized so that never stumble, which you would like to see. I think he's not quite as good as Chris Johnson, who's cheaper at this stage. Maybe that will end up changing a little bit. I think they're kind of similar right now. Barry's obviously still better, but he's way more too. So to me, he just kind of maybe he's upper tier. And you could, but I don't think you're going to see a difference if you go Bo to Kareem Hunt, and Bo's a lot cheaper, or even like a Kamara, or many other running backs. I feel like they're kind of all in the same. Besides Barry, I feel like is up here, but I feel like they're all kind of around the same at this point. And for me, I feel like that kind of knocks them, and that stings because it's a running back. It's kind of the same thing with the quarterback. There's just so many options. So unfortunately, I put him here, but he's still very good. Coming in at number 6. Number 6. Zach Ertz. Now, you could definitely make the case. I think this one's kind of weird to rank. He's a tight end. I always think tight ends are kind of, you can almost put them in I know he's not like a fullback. He's going to be on the field, but pretty much, for most people, you're going to have a tight end on the field. But it's kind of weird to rank with the Evan Engram stuff because Evan Engram kind of really messed up the tight end market because he's so cheap. What is he, like 150K? And he's 93 speed. Like, that's absolutely insane. And he has playmaker as well, so you can't even say he doesn't have playmaker. So the Evan Engram, I feel like, has kind of messed up the market. He obviously isn't the best as, not as good as Zach Ertz and pretty much anything else, but he's really not that far off either. He's got route running. He's actually like this Evan Engram guard still baffles me, like how he's 150K and how it's just based on how the supply and demand type of stuff, but it's crazy. So Zach Ertz, I do love this card. You can get his, basically have so many 99s on this card. Besides his speed, really, is the big thing. His run block at 82, you don't really expect him to be a great run blocker, which is, so he's got that knock a little bit. 82 is fine. That's where a lot of people are at, a lot of tight ends, but the 86 speed really hurts it for me. Like, you have Tony Gonzalez. Now, granted, Tony Gonzalez has Battle Ready, which is obviously a lot worse than Playmaker, but it depends on, you may not be Playmaker in your tight end anyway, so it depends on how you play. Playmaker is obviously OP, so it's you want that. But Evan Engram also has that, and he's obviously going to be way cheaper, and though he's maybe not as good just overall tight end, Evan Engram has that speed. Zach Ertz doesn't. It depends on, I feel like Zach Ertz is a really, really good tight end, but then you're also going to want Evan Engram, there's nothing wrong with that. But he's at 86 speed. You're probably going to want somebody a little bit faster, like Evan Engram, or maybe you'll go with Tony Gonzalez, or even like the 94 Kellen Winslow is really good, or 97 Kellen Winslow. He's only like 200K. So there's just so many tight ends that are super cheap that kind of hurt this card. And besides that, though, it's a really good card. I think he's better than the Greg Olsen. I think he's just maybe you could make the case for the best tight end. I don't think he's quite there, but he's up there. It's just, again, the Evan Engram issue. It's kind of like the Bo Jackson at running back. It kind of brings him down a little bit. So that's why I ranked him at number 6. I think this could be some disagreement here. I don't know. Let's keep going. Coming in at number 5. Number 5, we have Darryl Williams. Now, this card is actually really, really good. I think, top 8 are, you could say number 8 is, number 2, number 3. It's going to be all over the place. But for me, Darryl Williams is number 5. And really, it comes down to the fact that he has Move the Sticks, Go Deep ×2, and Move the 6 ×1 would be definitely a little bit better. Just because I feel like a lot of people are running, most people are running Go Deep, and maybe running toughness, go deep in toughness. Very few people run move the sticks, and I know it does help your wide receivers, and maybe you are running that, and maybe this puts that card a little bit higher for you. For sure, that's definitely going into my mind. I'm not going to, lie about that, or, that's definitely part of it. Move the sticks on offensive line are terrible. Doesn't help him. He's fine. Well, he's really good, actually. Look at all those 97s. It's fantastic. The knock on this is he has identified, which is still really good. Identified is very good, Kim. And maybe this is the guy. Somebody on your offensive line has identified. He could be the one. So if you have identified already with someone else, say you're running DeCastro at right guard. He's pretty cheap right guard. He has identified. I would say I would go with someone like Conklin, depending on your chemistry, but he has go deep ×2, or somebody, that maybe gets secure pass protector. Or, if you want identified, Dan Dierdorf, I feel like he's almost the same exact card. Dan Dierdorf has, if you chem him out with go deep, he's going to have 97 pass block, and then basically everything else is the same. So, Williams will have +2 pass block. I feel like that's basically him and Dierdorf's difference. Is he going to be worth that much more than Dierdorf? I don't know where they'll fall, but they almost feel like kind of the same card to me. And of course, that's kind of unfortunate. I want to see some differences, and I just feel like speeds, I think, are even both 68. So if you want secure pass protector, I think there's a lot of good, cheaper options. Well, this isn't even like cheap options for a secure pass protector. If you want identified, I feel like Dierdorf is right there with him, and then you just make the call. Maybe you want because he looks cool, or maybe you're a Panthers fan, or maybe you want that +2 pass block, perhaps. But I think they're very similar, so that's why he comes to 5. And I think that move the sticks obviously is what that hurts, of course. Number 5, okay, it's still very good. Coming in at number 4, Rodney Hudson. Now this card is actually, of course, all these guys are super good. He's going to get his pass block up to 99. His run block, you can get up to 99 really easily. I think you only got to get tier 1. Impact blocking going to stay at 97. I'm looking at awareness. 97 awareness. Super, super good card. And I think that these I have 3 offensive linemen left, and he's definitely like a tier 1 for sure. It's really tough to rank these. Identified, I know somebody has to have identified, so it's kind of weird to knock somebody for having it, but it's not secure pass protector, and I would rather have that and then just figure out where I want to put identified. I want this offensive lineman, he's absolutely amazing. I would prefer, yes, secure pass protector, and then I'll figure out where I want to get identified, but you have to have it somewhere, so it's kind of weird to knock that, but you need 4 secure pass protectors and 1 identified player, so obviously you want the majority of your players to be secure pass protectors. You only need 1 identified. That was a lot to say, to just basically say secure pass protector, in my opinion, is obviously better to see on offensive linemen, which Bruce Matthews has. Bruce Matthews, very, very good. His impact blocking is pretty low, which could hurt him a little bit. There's other options at center. You have, I think, Alex Mack. If you powered him up, okay, then obviously don't touch this. Rodney Hudson, if you power him up, yeah, I mean, he's good. I mean, I guess. You have, the Paradise? Is that how you say it? Paradise from the Broncos, also very good. That's probably about it. So, yeah, this center, he's probably the best center in the game. I think that's pretty fair to say. Even with identified, I don't know. It's super close. It depends on what you prioritize. You need identified, go with him, depending on what his price is. If you don't need identified, then it's so hard. I would probably go with the secure pass protector, in my opinion, which would be Bruce Matthews or the Paradise, or I think Alex Mack even has it. Of course, you have to power him up to get it though, because he's the Easter card. So I don't know. He's very good. I think all these offensive linemen left are kind of good. You got to rank them somehow, Okay, he's number 4. Let's keep going. Coming in at number 3, we have Tyrone Smith. Now, I didn't mention this, but a lot of these offensive linemen, it might even be all of them, most of them at least, have undisciplined as their trait, which is really unfortunate. So if you try fake hiking, you might get them on, to jump, false start. So that's kind of disappointing, but I'll just throw that in there. But this card, secure pass protector, check. You know how much I like that. He has pound the rock and toughness, perfect chems. I'm running go deep, so I'm not running pound the rock, but a lot of people are probably running pound the rock, so that's perfect. You want to see toughness and then one of the other ones, so you can get both those chems. So his impact, a lot of you guys have that chemmed out. I think most, because you can do it on offense or defense, is going to be at 99. His strength will be at 99, though I don't think we really think that matters, really, even though they tell us it does. His run block will go up to 97, so you're going to have if you chem that out, you're going to have 97 run block, 98 pass block, 99 impact, 80 speed. Holy smokes. For a left tackle, maybe not as important as a guard, but still, he's going to get out there maybe on pitch plays, able to roll out a little bit. 80 speed, that's pretty crazy. I mean, this card is phenomenal. I would probably say he is a tad notch below Joe Thomas, but he also is getting pound the rock, which Joe Thomas isn't. I mean, Joe Thomas does have ×2 toughness too, so it depends on how your chemistries lay out. Super, super good though. Joe Thomas is probably the only knock on him because there's a card, the 99 overall Joe Thomas is maybe better, so he's maybe not the best left tackle at his position, but pound the rock, toughness, he's going to be cheaper probably than Joe Thomas too. I think at this point, like, he's going to definitely be cheaper too. So this card is so good, especially if you run pound the rock. If you don't run pound the rock, then you probably maybe not run the ball that much anymore anyway. So maybe that's not that important. But wow, I can't say enough about this card. Super hard to rank him. And these top 4 have been kind of all over the place. So I'm trying to figure out where I rank him, and I put him at number 3. Okay, he's number 3. Coming in at number 2 now. This card is so good. When I seen this card, I'm like, this is the best one, right? And definitely could make the case for it. This offensive lineman is I'm like so impressed with what this card looks like. So his run block pretty easy. I think you got to get tier 3 to get 99 run block on pound the rock. So that's easy. His pass block is going to stay at 96. His impact you can get to 99 pretty easy as well. And 77 speed as well for a left guard. So pulling speed important. He doesn't have the Elkim, so I guess that might be where you like McDaniel, who's at 72 speed. But this card with secure pass protector, especially if you're a passer, to me, even though he only has 96 pass block, I would much rather have 96 with secure pass protector than 98 without it. And then 97 run block, so you're going to get that to 99. The impact's going to be at 99. I mean, the speed at 77. I feel like this is the best left guard in the game, and I mean, you could definitely make the case for the guy on the right. I think they're 1A, 1B kind of thing. But I am the secure pass protector. I've said that so many times in this video. Everything with this card is just money. It's so good. So I'm giving it a A+. But that only gives him number 2 because we still have one guy missing, and I feel like he's probably number 1 for a lot of people. So let's go ahead and reveal it. Number 1, Julio Jones. Now, Julio, obviously, I mean, people love Julio. It's almost like I feel like I wanted it to be somebody else, but he's a position that is super important. Wide receiver. He's got the speed at 96. If you power him up, you can get him 97. If you got John Madden, you can get him up to 98. That'd be wild. That's a lot to do. He's got go deep and pound the rock, and if you have pound the rock running with your offensive line, you need that. That's actually good. It doesn't help him really, but kind of does. I believe his run block gets all the way up to 80, I want to say. So he's actually just as good of a run blocker as Larry Fitzgerald is. And to me, you could make the case that this is the best wide receiver in Madden 18, and given how important wide receivers are in Madden 18, I think that means that he is going to be number 1. So the thing is, there's that Randy Moss card out there, at 97 speed though. So he's at 97. A lot of people run toughness to get him to 98. So that's going to be two notches ahead of Julio. And Moss is an inch taller as well. So Moss is probably the better receiving option, I would say. But Julio, complete receiver, you don't need to take him out. And not to mention, he's obviously very, very good just receiving the ball as well. It's not like he's just there for run blocking. He can not only run block, but he can catch the ball just about as good as anybody. Moss, a notch ahead, but Julio Jones, complete receiver, you'd probably make the case that he's the best wide receiver. And if you power him up, if you're that, you can get him up, 97. Like I said, you can get him up to 98 speed if you did that with John Madden, or at least 97, which a lot of people do have him powered up. A lot of people have done that, so that's why I got to mention that. So, what do you guys think of my list? So you have Drew Brees at number 10. You got Julio at number 1. Obviously, there's 5 offensive linemen, so there's a ton of offensive linemen. And then everybody else sprinkled in there. So what do you guys think? Let me know who your guys' best and who your worst are down in the comments down below. This video was probably a lot longer than you were thinking it was going to be, or I was thinking it was going to be, but here it is. And we are completed the video. So definitely let me know. You guys are absolutely incredible. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma out.